Did you hear Stephen Donnelly talking today about taking people's freedom and civil rights and how wrong it is? It's causing depression and isolation. Only for I seen a video, I wouldn't believe it, something major on the way. That's the response to my question I posted today, 2 hours ago. Are they to ease restrictions before something bigger hits? Okay. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta watch my blood pressure. It is jaw dropping. Yes, and it is on posted on my Twitter. And it's absolutely a jaw dropper. And let's let's hear what he's got to say. Just before I play this video, just have a look. There's his car, social distancing. You know, just in case.
Restrictions we put in place are very, very serious. You'll remember 2 years ago, it was alien to us, the idea we would walk around wearing masks. But for me, I think particularly the restrictions that impinge upon people's freedoms, impinge upon people's civil liberties, they are very, very serious, even when they're not under regulation, even when they're advisory. And then the advice or the restrictions that impact upon people, running their businesses, going to work, they come at a huge cost. And we're all aware as well of the isolation and the impact on mental health. These restrictions, they've never been treated lightly. They've come at a huge cost to so many people. So I think not only should we be asking that question now, I think that's a question we should always ask, is we should only have these restrictions in place if there's a very good public safety and public health rationale for them.
And is it your sense then that we probably won't need these restrictions at the end of the month, given those figures that you've mentioned, with the level of immunity and the boost campaign? Is it your sense now that we won't need any restrictions come February?
I don't want to go there now, Craig. I think it's just a little bit too early, and I don't think it'd be helpful for me to sort of preempt that. But as I was saying earlier on, the country has done incredibly well.
Okay. Yes, I heard it. I've heard it. And my jaw didn't drop because it's just Christ. I don't know what to say. The man is obsolete in Irish politics. Okay, yes, because he was there to implement all the restrictions. He was there to extend the emergency law. He was there to put restrictions in place, and now he's telling us that those restrictions are harsh. Am I the only one seeing that something's about to happen? We can go both ways. It's either they're trying to find a way out of the situation, trying to play the public. It's like with that post, they're gonna do mandatory vaccinations, and they just retract it straight away. They retract it straight away, and now they're telling us that the restrictions were harsh. But the question was asked: are they going to ease the restrictions come February? Or are they going to be gone? He can't answer that question. He's just telling you what you want to hear. Simple as. Because if he wanted to do something, if he was honest, and if he was a good politician, he would actually tell you, guys, this is not what we're going to do. But he's not the only one, because there's more people behind him. We have Tony Bologna, Paul 400k, and we have Leo the Leak, and Mihal as well. So, are they only the puppets in the theater? I think they are. But back to Twitter. Because it's Friday night, and I want to thank a couple people for following, and I want to read something out what's going on at the moment, right? So let's jump to it straight away. Jesus, what's going on? This is it. How to ease restrictions before something bigger hits. And Anna says, yeah, watch the Stephen Donnelly interview. I did, man. I did. But this is unbelievable what's going on. Boom. Boom, boom. Twitter is just full of stuff. We have COVID. We have Ashling Murphy, rest in peace. We have Vaktos and South Shields today. And this is the one thing I just talked about. The great narrative for a better future. If you want to jump into a couple of books, The Great Reset, The Great Narrative, and just go back to WEF and the Rockefeller Foundations, the simulations, the scenarios that they were trying to and the simulations they were doing just before the COVID hit. And coming back to Stephen Donnelly's interview, I have to point out something that the Irish journalists don't ask questions. They just follow a narrative. They wouldn't ask the questions everybody wants to know. So the question that Greg should ask Stephen Donnelly is, what about vaccine passports? Are they going to be get away with? And what happens after, what we expecting from all the journalists is to say, we failed. We failed you. Because that's what one of the largest newspapers in Denmark did. They apologized for its journalistic failure during COVID-19 by only publishing official government messages without questioning them. And that's what happens in Ireland. There's no debate. Nothing's going on. The questions are not asked. We're just being divided. And just listen to the episode before, Maybe that's all connected. Thanks for following me. I do appreciate everybody jumps on my Twitter, and I'm trying to follow back everyone as quick as I can. Sometimes I'll lose you in my notifications, but I'll get to you. I'm not going to be one of these that has, 100 followers and only following 3 people. I'm going to go even, and I'm going to follow you back. So if you want to find me, at the Master of Mayhem, I'm on Gaming Bit Podcast as well. We do every 2 weeks. We talk about shit. We talk about everything. And thanks for your support. And thanks for your likes. Thanks for your retweets. And thanks for your follows. I do appreciate it.